Hi, I'm Brian with Brayge Sports, and on behalf of our family and friends, welcome to the exciting, character-revealing crucible of basketball refereeing. Our style is a little bit different than what you have seen or played, so this short video should help you to grasp our concepts whether you're new to the sport or coached alongside John Wooden himself. Our idea is that the game should be fairly quick and smooth without a lot of downtime. We don't have timeouts or halftime. The players have the opportunity to rest, drink water, and receive coaching when their unit is off the court. You'll notice that we do not have free throws. This slows the game down, complicates it, strikes fear into younger players, and let's face it, free throws never make highlight reels. By removing free throws from the game, the players receive more play time, and the referee's task is far less complicated. It is important to start the game by establishing your role and authority. Talk to the other referee. Decide on which side of the court you will be on. Remember to position yourself where you can see all the players and be close enough to make good calls. Start the game by explaining a few of the rules, such as double dribbling, traveling, guarding your own color, and the 1-minute foul out instead of free throws. This helps to establish the referees as the one in charge of the game. Blow your whistle loudly. If you do not, the game will spin out of control. Players will not learn if they do not know the rules. When you see a violation, blow the whistle quickly with force while placing one open hand up in the air. Then point in the direction that shows the change of possession. Play stops on all rule violations with the non-violating team gaining possession of the ball. For leagues A and B, change possession at the site of the violation instead of passing it in from the sideline in order to keep the flow of the game. Here are the violations to watch for during the game. Number 1, double dribble. When a player stops dribbling, holds the basketball, and then starts dribbling again, or when a player dribbles the ball with two hands at the same time. Number 2, traveling. When a player ends his dribble and collects the ball, he or she is permitted 2 steps prior to releasing the ball on a shot or a pass. Count the steps. 1, 2 is legal. 1, 2, 3 is not. If you get to 3 and the offensive player is still holding the ball, it's a traveling violation. If the player picks up the pivot foot prior to releasing the basketball for a dribble, it is also a traveling violation. Traveling and double dribbling are the most common violations in the A and B league, so keep a watch out for those. It is advisable to stop play when a younger player commits a violation and explain what they did that violated the rules. Then let them continue to play. If the player commits the violation a second time, explain the rule again and give possession to the opposing team. The next violations are more of a concern for the C and up league. Number 3, backcourt violation. This happens when the team with possession of the ball travels over the midcourt line into the front court and then crosses back into the backcourt. Number 4, 3-second rule. No offensive player can be in the key for longer than 3 seconds at a time. That's the opposition key. Number 5, half-court press. The defense may not guard or apply any pressure to a player on the opposition until the offensive player has crossed midcourt. 6, guard your color only. players using wristbands will limit themselves to only guarding players with the same color wristband. Number 7, 10-point rule. Teams that get ahead by 10 or more points will limit themselves to taking shots outside the paint or key. 8, 10 seconds in the backcourt violation. When the offensive team takes 10 or more seconds to move the basketball across the midcourt line into the front court. 9, 5-second inbound violation. When the passing the ball inbounds after gaining possession, players have 5 seconds to get the ball to a teammate. Next, we will move on to fouls. In basketball, a foul is an infraction of the rules more serious than a violation. Most fouls occur as a result of illegal personal contact with an opponent and/or unsportsmanlike behavior. Play stops on all fouls. When you see a foul, blow your whistle and put up one closed fist. Then, point in the correct direction to show the change of possession. After a foul is committed, the non-violating team will gain possession of the ball and have more players on the court than the opposition, similar to a power play in hockey. Every foul results in the offending player going to the penalty box for 1 minute, except for a reaching in foul, which results in 30 seconds in the penalty box. The offending player is to go to the penalty box next to the scorekeeper for 1 minute. The offending team may not substitute with another player. If the violation occurs within the last minute of a period, the offending player's loss of playing time will carry over to that player's next playing period. Here are the fouls to watch out for. Number 1, shooting foul. When a defender makes contact with an offensive player who is in the act of shooting the basketball. Next, reaching in. When a defender attempts to steal the basketball and the defender extends their arm and makes contact with the opposing ball handler. The offending player is to go to the penalty box for 30 seconds. 3, charging. When an offensive player runs into a defender who has an established position. 4, holding. When a player uses their hands to interfere or limit an opponent's freedom of movement. 5, blocking. When a player uses their body position to prevent their opponent from advancing down the court. 6, flagrant foul. A foul committed in a violent or harmful manner. Finally, in regard to stealing, taking the ball from the opponent is not allowed in the A or B league and results in stopping play to give possession back to the player who originally had the ball. If the offending player commits the foul a second time, he or she will go to the penalty box for 1 minute. In the C League, each team is allowed 1 steal per period. This is an attempt to help the C League player transition to the upper leagues, where guarding the ball is essential. By only allowing 1 steal per team per 5-minute period, the players will learn to protect the ball, but not get overwhelmed and frustrated with numerous attempts by the opposition to steal the ball. Stealing is allowed in all of the upper leagues unless there's a notable mismatch between players based upon size or ability. If an obvious mismatch occurs, the player with the advantage may not steal from the other player. Do your best to pay attention to the diversity of talent and abilities on the court. Try to make the playing field as even as possible so that everyone is challenged and has the opportunity to succeed. Now, you won't get every call right as a referee, and you will make mistakes. Don't worry, it's a part of the game. You will learn and get better, just like the players. And I'd like to thank you in advance for taking on one of the toughest jobs in sports. And I look forward to seeing you on the court.